Severe storms yesterday causing some eye-popping scenes. This morning, we are tracking today's significant tornado threat in the heartland. We are live all day with expert studio analysis and live team coverage.
We're also tracking heavy rains. Where are their flash flood threats, and where could storms bring traffic to a snarl? And we've got Paul Goodloe live in Long Beach, California.
That's right, I'm here for the Toyota Grand Prix, and again, the skies have cleared here in Southern California. That means great weather for barbecuing and also tailgating. I got some grilling tips coming up with a master griller coming up in a few minutes. Stick around.
Well, good Saturday morning. Welcome into Weekend View. I'm Jen Carfagno.
And I'm Alex Wallace, in for Eric Fisher, who's stationed in Norman, Oklahoma today, tracking severe weather from the front lines.
You know, we have more than 5 million people.
And as we get into the final round, things are shaping up beautifully then as well with the mid-70s.
Now, Paul Goodloe, I expect to find him on a golf course. He's a big golfer. But this weekend, he's in Long Beach, California at the Toyota Grand Prix. Paul, what's coming up?
Hey, coming up, we'll do some grilling out here in Long Beach. Heavy rain yesterday. The skies are blue right now. Great for racing and also great for grilling. Take a look at the spread here in front of me. Fortunately, I will not be cooking this. We'll be talking and cooking with Chief Grilling Officer Barry Martin here. And Barry, what's on the grill right now?
Right now, we're going to get some portobello mushrooms. We're going to grill those, and we're going to fix them up with some of these delightful condiments, and then we're going to see how you do with them.
This golf forecast was brought.
All right, we've got a live look at the festivities going on in Long Beach, California. Paul Goodloe is there this morning. He's reporting from the Toyota Grand Prix. We're going to chat with him and a master griller coming up in the next half hour.
Yeah, that looks tasty indeed. Well, welcome back into Weekend View. We've extended our live coverage to you. That could be in that 6-inch or more range, getting way up there into the ski areas, maybe about a foot. Jen?
Well, this morning we are debuting the start of an 8-part series called Outdoor Chef. And for this morning's premiere, we are live from Long Beach, California at the Toyota Grand Prix for a little tasty tailgating. Paul Goodloe is there live this morning. And Paul, you've got a special guest, so you're not going to be the one doing the cooking, huh?
No, that's the good news. I'll be doing the tasting and eating, but I will not be doing the cooking. But we're here at Long Beach. Alex was talking about the storm hitting the west. That storm came through California yesterday. Heavy rain, lightning, even some funnel clouds reported. And looking at my Weather Channel app, it shows it's a chilly 49 degrees. A little windy out here, wind advisory, but temperatures are actually warming up to the 60s today. But still, sunshine, dry weather, heading to the warmer months. It's time for some grilling. And let me bring in our Chief Grilling Officer with CharBroil, Barry Martin. Good to see you this morning, Barry.
Welcome to the cookout. Here we are.
And you might be hearing the cars going by every now and then. The Grand Prix has already started. And what are we cooking today? Because anyone can cook hot dogs or hamburgers. Let's think outside the box here.
Well, we thought that we'd start with something that people love to cook at home. It's stuffed mushrooms. We've stepped it up a little bit. We've got some small cremini mushrooms here, but we also have some portobello mushrooms. We've marinated them in some just standard Italian dressing. We've grilled them up, and now we're melted some cheese. We've got some salami. We've got some pepperoni, and just for you, a little bacon bits in there.
Everything tastes better with bacon.
Everything tastes better with bacon. We also have a vegetarian variety, which is just spinach and some cheese. So these are really, really easy to do. They can be a small, like little handheld or little bite-sized. Excellent thing to grill. Easy to do on any grill.
So walk us through actually making one of those.
Okay. What we do first is we marinate these bad boys. Then we throw them on the grill. Get them just a little warmed up.
How long would it take?
Well, the answer of how long is until it's done. But the answer here is always going to be till we get some grill marks. That's been on just a few minutes. We've got some really high heat with this infrared grill, so we're able to get some really nice, great, tasty marks on it. Then we go ahead and place a few of these exciting things. What do you want to put in here? You just get creative. Start with some bacon bits and some cheese.
Great.
Bacon bits and cheese.
I'll take some.
Okay, there we go. We got some bacon bits. We'll just throw those in there. We'll take a little cheese, throw in there. That's a good start. And then you can just, yeah, exactly. I got some salami.
Spinach?
This could be whatever you want. We've got some spinach. You could do cilantro. You could do anything you want. There, away we go. Now now just let it heat up, and this is what we end up with right there. Look at that beautiful thing.
So what about grilling vegetables on the grill? Any tips on doing that?
Well, vegetables on the grill are actually a wonderful way for people who you want to get away from eating a lot of meat. When you grill them, they kind of roast. They get some lovely flavors on them that really are exciting.
Okay, great. Sounds good. I'm going to taste one of these, and you know, we also have something else coming up, coming up later on in the next couple hours. You're grilling a pound cake on the grill.
For dessert today, we're going to do some pound cake and fruit.
Okay, we got that, we got chicken, we got steak. So stick around, Alex and Jen. This one's for you guys. Back to you.
Oh, you're killing us here.
Teasing us.
Talking about grilled pound cake and eating, it looks fantastic.
Oh, I am starving.
All right, well, up next, we do have the severe weather outlook for today. Make sure you stay with us.
This outdoor grilling segment is sponsored by CharBroil True Infrared, the only grills that prevent flare-ups and promise juicier food.
Or I should say Monday, and then we start to cool back off into the 60s by the time Wednesday rolls around. And one more quick look at the Big Apple. Big warm day on Monday, and then cooling off a bit by the end of the week. Heather.
So if you are planning to get out and enjoy some of those warm temperatures, we have some great grilling tips for you. We're going to check in live with Paul Goodlow. He is cooking up some springtime favorites from Long Beach.
The Dodge
6 inches, Wasatch could pick up 5 to 10 inches. Heather?
All right, thanks, Jeff. And you know, this morning we are debuting a start of a new 8-part series. It's called Outdoor Chef. For this morning's premiere, we are live from Long Beach, California at the Toyota Grand Prix for some tasty tailgating. We're going to go live now to our Paul Goodlow, who has a very special guest. Paul.
That's right, Heather. We're here at the Toyota Grand Prix. It's hard to hear because we have the Grand Prix race going on, some earlier races going on, but still, we have a beautiful day. Jeff talking about that storm passing on through. Blue skies overhead, a little windy and cool, but it should be in the 60s today. But still, perfect weather for grilling. I'm going to bring in Barry Martin, our chief grilling operator here. And last hour we talked about mushrooms. You grilled some portobellos. Now we're talking some of the meats. Talk about what's the key in grilling some chicken.
Well, this is one of the most popular proteins to grill in America right now. What we've done is we're cooking a boneless, skinless chicken breast. One of the most difficult, because we're cooking on the infrared, we're going to get a really juicy chicken breast at the end.
How do you get those perfect lines? I don't get that on live chicken.
Nice hot grill. This gets to about 600, 700 degrees. Nice dry surface, a little bit of salt. Dry will brown, wet will steam. So if you marinate, wipe off the surface, then put it on a clean, dry grill. Look at these. We've just had that a little bit. We're starting to get some grill marks. Where it hits, it sits, and let it stay there. Then add your flavors. So what we can do now is add a little bit of this peach marmalade right there, and we're totally going to get a beautiful glaze on the front. And look at over here. We've got this one all cooked. We've sliced it out. You can add other flavors. Your favorite hot sauce. You can add a barbecue sauce to that right now. You've got a simple meal that now looks absolutely, well, I kind of messed it up there, didn't I? Well, it looks lovely.
The taste will tell, but the difference is you put the flavors on after it's cooked.
Go ahead. If you marinate, great, but then put the flavors on after you've dried the surface, grilled it on this hot infrared grill, get those sear marks, then put layers of flavor. See what you think about that.
Here we go, Barry. Let's see if it passes the test. Last hour, mushroom was fantastic. Oh.
So juicy?
That's juicy. That's good.
30 to 50% juicier with this grill.
All right. Fantastic. Stick around. Next hour, we're talking about steak. After that, we're talking about grilling pound cake. Interesting. So, Heather, beautiful day for a tailgate out here in Long Beach.
Oh, it looks gorgeous and it looks very good. Thanks so much, Paul. And Jeff, is it just me or is it not fair to do this at 1/4 to starving?
Absolutely. I mean, we're kind of in the studio for a while here, and Paul's out there munching out. I don't think it's fair. All right, well, your severe weather update is coming up next. Warmer air well above average, not only today in the Midwest and in the Northeast. Some readings almost 20 degrees above average. Heather?
And you know, if you're planning to get out and enjoy some of those warm temperatures, we have some grilling tips for you. We're going to go live with Paul Goodlow. This is going to make your mouth water. He is cooking up some springtime favorites from Long Beach, California. It's almost a little mean because it's right around that lunchtime hour, and boy, does this stuff look good.
Imagine facing the day with less chronic
Inches in the Wasatch could get 6 to 10 as well. Heather?
All right, thanks so much. And today we're debuting the start of an 8-part series. It's called Outdoor Chef. And for today's premiere, we are going live to Long Beach, California. And here we're at the Toyota Grand Prix for some tasty tailgating. Paul Goodlow joining us now with a special guest.
Hey, Heather, again, we're here at the Grand Prix. You might hear the cars go by. They've already started racing early at 7 o'clock this morning. But we started this morning grilling with some vegetables, moved to chicken. Now we're talking about beef. I want to bring in our master griller, Barry Martin. Let's talk about meat, because you've had this meat off the grill for about 10 minutes, but meat actually still cooks even when you take it off the grill.
Absolutely correct. When you grill a piece of meat like this, you're going to get the surface nice and hot, and you're starting to heat up those juices inside. The muscle fibers twist, they squeeze out the juice. When you let it rest, they relax and reabsorb some of that juice. So that's very important.
We also have a Facebook question from Ray saying, how do you cook the perfect medium rare steak?
Well, Ray, it all depends upon the type of steak you're cooking, and when it comes to outdoor cooking, it's always about temperature. What's the temperature of the meat? How thick is the meat when you start cooking? And what's the temperature of your grill? You start with a dry, slightly salty surface on clean, hot grates. On this infrared grill, we can take our steaks and put them just about anywhere because we've got even heat. Look how we've charred that steak, but you know it's still going to be rare when we get inside. So it has to do with grilling the outside, getting it nice and charred, and then moving it away and letting it stop grilling so you can just let it cook a little bit more to the final temperature you want.
Again, so don't cook it all the way on the grill. Let it sit.
Let it finish up. We call that sear and hold here at CharBroil.
Okay, and what do we have for us here?
Oh, this is a beautiful flat iron steak that we've grilled to a perfect medium rare, nice and pink in there, and then we've got a mustard bourbon sauce on it. A little bit of cream.
All right. Heather, looking good. Little breakfast for me. Next hour, we're grilling pound cake.
Yes,
Heather?
baby.
That sounds wonderful. Let's see, sunshine, steak. Oh, he's got an awful assignment, doesn't he? Well, some of you are going to have some awful weather conditions. Jeff?
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm jealous of that steak. All right, your severe weather update is and even 72 in Syracuse. Whew, starting to feel more like summertime. Heather.
And summertime means grilling, and we have some great grilling tips for you. We're going to check in live with Paul Goodlow. He's cooking up some springtime favorites. This time it's a dessert.
Wouldn't it be great to be the boss?
Maybe Utah will be picking up to an additional foot of new snow here in the middle of April. Heather?
All right, well, from snow to summertime, we are debuting the start of an 8-part series called Outdoor Chef. And for today's premiere, we are live from Long Beach, California at the Toyota Grand Prix for some tasty tailgating. And Paul Goodlow is here, and he has a special guest and some great ideas. Hello.
Hey there, Heather. Again, you can probably hear the cars going on. They've been racing since 7 o'clock local time. So far this morning, we grilled the appetizers, we grilled chicken, we've also grilled beef. And typically, let's bring in our chief grilling officer, Barry Martin with CharBroil. Typically, that's when you close the grill. The meat's all done, but you're saying we can actually grill dessert as well.
Absolutely. You can grill pineapple. You can grill just about any kind of stone fruit you can think about. Peaches, plums, even apricots if you like.
So what's the specialty of, what do you have to watch for when you put fruit on the grill versus vegetables?
Well, fruit has a lot of sugar in it, whereas vegetables don't. So sugar's going to caramelize on the high heat. Fortunately, with this grill, we've got great temperature control, where we can have different things on the grill at the same time, managing, because all we want to do is get these beautiful brown marks, which is the sugars caramelizing, and then we want to turn it over and just get it warm a little bit before we serve it. Over here, at a little bit lower temperature, pound cake. You could do pound cake, any kind of dense cake like this. We can put this on thawed. In this case, we put it on frozen, and look at these beautiful marks we're getting on it. All has to do with control and heat, and look, we use the entire great surface of this CharBroil grill.
Okay, now let's talk about what we have presented here. This is dessert.
Well, look, you can do some fun things so that it looks a little bit different. We've got some fresh seasonal berries, and then here we've got pound cake with the berries, and here are pineapple rounds. There's only a couple things that are missing.
And what's that?
Well, I think you need to put some whipped cream on there, and I see some ice cream right there, too.
Why not? Oh, ice cream.
I'm for it. I'm for it. You first.
Whipped cream on top of that, and I think I'm going to, Heather, take this one for the team here. And also, by the way, if you want to see some of the cars go by, I put a couple of videos on my Facebook page of the Toyota Grand Prix. But hey, bon appetit, everybody. And Barry, thanks a lot. It's been a filling morning. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the cookout.
Well, thank you so much to both you guys.
That's not fair.
Thank you. You know, I feel badly for him, Jeff. You know, I mean, what a terrible thing to have to go through.
I know, he's just living the rough life out there. All right, well, on a more serious note, your severe weather update is coming up next.